Why are black people so athletic? It is a question born from countless examples of high-performing athletes, the seemingly effortless grace of Michael Jordan, the world-shattering speed of Usain Bolt, and the sheer dominance of Serena Williams. The evidence of black excellence in the highest echelons of many sports is so visible, so consistent, that it demands an explanation. And for many, the most immediate and most seductive answer is biological, rooted in the belief in an inherent genetic advantage. But is the answer truly that simple? Is the story of black athletic achievement actually written in DNA? Or does that question unlock a far more complex and far more unsettling history? A history that binds scientific inquiry to the brutal realities of racism, societal pressure, and the very architecture of opportunity. In this analysis, I will present the evidence, piece by piece, from the laboratory to the playing field, from the annals of history to the forefront of modern psychology. We will follow the clues wherever they lead, examining genetic theories, the violent legacy of exclusion, and the psychological weight of stereotypes. Only then can we uncover the uncomfortable truth behind this seemingly simple question. If a biological advantage exists, it must be measurable. The scientific quest to understand athletic greatness has naturally turned toward genetics, searching for a blueprint that separates the elite from the average. This line of inquiry is reasonable. Human physical potential is rooted in part in biology. Research has identified several genes associated with athletic traits. Two of the most widely discussed are ACTN3 and AC. ACTN3, often called the sprinter gene, includes a variant, R577X, that influences fast-twitch muscle fibers essential for explosive power. ACE includes a variant, the I allele, associated with endurance. Studies consistently show that elite power athletes possess the ACTN3R allele at higher frequencies, while elite endurance athletes more often carry the ACE I allele. At first glance, these findings appear to reveal a genetic foundation for athletic excellence. But the moment we look closer, the narrative breaks apart. These variants are not exclusive to any single population. The so-called sprinter allele is found across the entire globe, and a 2013 review in Current Opinion in Pediatrics revealed more than 200 genetic variants associated with athletic performance. Athleticism is profoundly polygenic, shaped by hundreds or thousands of genes interacting with one another and with the environment. No single gene or small collection of genes can explain athletic greatness. There is no simple, race-based genetic key to performance. The strongest argument for a localized genetic advantage appears in the world of long-distance running, dominated for decades by athletes from Kenya and Ethiopia, particularly the Kalenjin of the Rift Valley. Their success is so overwhelming that it appears to require a genetic explanation. Some biological factors are indeed present. Many elite Kalenjin runners share a distinctive morphology: long, slender legs with extremely thin ankles and calves. As reported by NPR in 2013, this structure acts as a more efficient pendulum, reducing energy required with every stride. But this is not a racial trait. It is a regional adaptation common among Nilotic peoples of the Upper Nile, shaped by generations in a hot, arid climate. And even here, genetics is only one part of the story. Life in the highlands of the Rift Valley naturally enhances oxygen-carrying capacity through greater red blood cell production. Traditional, often brutal, coming-of-age practices demand extreme pain tolerance, a critical component in elite distance running. Early champions transformed running into a viable path out of poverty, creating powerful incentives and a national infrastructure for long-distance training. Even in this extreme example, biology alone cannot explain domination. The full picture emerges only when biology, geography, culture, and economics are taken together. The biological blueprint alone is insufficient. If the biological argument is inconclusive, the historical evidence is far more definitive. Modern sports were not shaped by a neutral process of natural selection. They emerged from a violent history of segregation, exclusion, and racial control. The athletic prowess we see today was forged in a crucible of racism, where black talent was simultaneously exploited, restricted, and feared. The idea that black athletes are naturally gifted conveniently ignores the generations during which they were systematically barred from participation. This exclusion was not accidental. It was designed to maintain white supremacy in popular and symbolically powerful arenas. From 1933 to 1946, the NFL enforced a total ban on black players through an unwritten gentleman's agreement. After integration, black athletes were funneled into roles deemed physical, while leadership positions, particularly quarterback, were reserved for white players. The NBA did not sign black athletes until 1950, and informal quotas restricted team composition for years. The PGA maintained a Caucasian-only clause until 1961. Althea Gibson, despite her brilliance, was barred from clubs and forced to navigate segregated facilities even as she rewrote the sport's history. The stereotype that black people don't swim is the product of violent segregation. Public pools were battlegrounds of Jim Crow. When integration was enforced, many white communities chose to close pools entirely rather than share them. This created a generational void in access, misrepresented today as biological difference. Simone Manuel's historic 2016 Olympic gold did not just break a record, it shattered a century-old structure built on exclusion. High costs, geographic barriers, and exclusive training facilities kept black athletes from entering skiing, skating, and other winter sports. When Shani Davis won Olympic gold in 2006, his achievement highlighted the profound isolation faced by pioneers in these fields. This deliberate exclusion produced a funnel effect, with opportunities in academics, business, and politics systematically blocked, and with many sports closed entirely, black aspiration was pushed into a narrow set of accessible arenas: track, boxing, basketball, and football. The overrepresentation observed today is not the result of natural inclination, but the legacy of a racist society that left few other paths to visibility or economic mobility. Even after formal barriers fell, inequality persisted. Jesse Owens, an international hero after the 1936 Olympics, returned to an America that denied him basic rights. Muhammad Ali, fresh from Olympic triumph in 1960, was refused service in a whites-only establishment. The message was unmistakable. Black greatness would be celebrated on the field, but it would not equal dignity off of it. The impact of racism is not confined to history books. It endures in the psychology of athletes and the expectations society places upon them. Stereotypes, once formed, exert powerful influence. Stereotype threat, demonstrated in a landmark 1999 study by Stone and colleagues, reveals how racial assumptions shape performance. When a golf task was described as measuring natural athletic ability, black participants outperformed white participants. When the exact same task was framed as measuring sports strategic intelligence, the results reversed. white participants outperformed black participants. The stereotype dictated the outcome. This is the danger of the natural talent myth. It masks the years of discipline required for excellence. It reinforces the false dichotomy between black physicality and white intellect. It supports racist structures that keep black athletes out of leadership roles, and it fuels a dehumanizing command to shut up and dribble, praising black bodies while dismissing black voices. This burden persists at the highest levels of global sport. In 2024, Brazilian superstar Vinicius Jr. broke down in tears as he described the relentless racist abuse he faces in Spain. Chants, slurs, and insults that reduce one of the world's greatest athletes to a target of hatred. His experience proves that even at the pinnacle of performance, black athletes are not free from the weight of racism. We return to the original question: why are black people so athletic? The full evidence reveals a truth that is far more complex and far more uncomfortable than biology. Black athletic excellence is not the result of genetic destiny. It is the product of history, a history in which opportunities were systematically denied, narrowed, and controlled. It is the story of a society that restricted black advancement in countless domains, leaving the athletic arena as one of the few paths to visibility. And then, paradoxically, it attributed that success to supposed biological gifts. The overrepresentation of black athletes in certain sports is not proof of inherent superiority. It is proof of resilience in the face of oppression. It is a sociological artifact of segregation, exclusion, and struggle. To ignore this context and cling to biology as the explanation is to repeat the very myths that once justified discrimination. The real story is not found in the genome. It is found in history. Until the lions have their own historians, the history of the hunt will always glorify the hunter.